welcome to my channel. I am Ashley. I'm here to do an oracle card reading for the new moon in Capricorn. We're also going to talk about the details of this new moon. So let's dive into it. This new moon was exact overnight in the wee hours of the morning, and it was exact at 20 degrees. So not only is this a Capricorn new moon, it is at a Capricorn degree, okay? 20 degrees is a Capricorn degree, and it also is occurring during Capricorn season. So lots of Capricorn energy. We also have a stellium in Capricorn, which means 3 or more planets in any given sign, which just means a lot of that energy, a lot of earth energy. So things might feel slower, which kind of contradicts this New Year's energy we're supposed to be feeling around this time. So just normalizing and validating that you actually might feel like things are more slow, progress is slower, and that's actually okay. We want to normalize that too, and remember that life is all about balance and yin and yang and flow, and so we are meant to go slow sometimes as well. So this stellium, this 3 or more planet in one sign, and it being the earth element, just means lots of emphasis on the archetype of Capricorn. So structure, slow and steady, progress over time, legacy. What is the legacy that we're leaving? Saturn is known as the Lord of Time, the Time Lord. What's interesting is that it is currently transiting. It's currently in Pisces, and it'll spend quite a while there. It was in Aquarius for some time, so that along with Pluto, we can really feel those shifts. It being in Pisces, Pisces ruled by Neptune, what is time? So with that being said, I think it's important to say that even though Saturn may rule time, with it transiting Pisces, we should be questioning, what is time? Is time really, a concept? Is it a real thing? How can we work with it? And don't be fooled. There are people who are already working with it, and it doesn't have to be in a way that is, dangerous. We can work with time in safe, practical ways, but it doesn't have to slow us down, I guess is what I want to say. Saturn doesn't have to slow us down. Saturn is about being consistent, building structure, and thinking about things over time. James is joining me. Come on, you want to join me? Go ahead. And buckling down, building consistency, and so it's about working harder, smarter, not harder, okay? So even though we think of Capricorn as maybe a workhorse, it's actually dark type Capricorn energy to be a workaholic, right? Because all signs require balance, and if the 10th house is about work, the 4th house is about rest. So we want that yin and yang, that balance, healthy, light side, light energy archetype of Capricorn knows that rest is needed in order for the public self to thrive, okay? We can't burn out. Not to say that you can't work hard or be focused, right? Driven, and sometimes, have workaholic tendencies, but we don't want to live in that energy always. And again, that would be like how we might see a red flag for someone with heavy Capricorn energy, or prominent Saturn, Capricorn in their big 3, right? Is to see, okay, are they leaning too far into that, and how can they borrow and gain from their brother sister energy on the opposite, right, side of the chart, and that would be 4th house Cancer energy, rest, nourishing, home, caring about your emotional realm and not just the public image and realm. So yeah, I don't really think that Saturn slows us down. Saturn reminds us of consistency. And so wherever Pisces is in your chart, since Saturn is currently transiting that, is where you are likely being asked to bring some consistency. And then with this new moon in Capricorn, look to the area of your chart where Capricorn is to see where new vibrancy energy is coming. Setting manifestations, and right now we're going to be doing a card reading for where your manifestations might be best directed with this new moon and Capricorn energy. So we're going to have two options. The first will be the rainbow stone. We have the rainbow stone crystal, and then we have rose quartz. So rainbow stone will be the first pile, rose quartz for number 2. If you chose number 1, I'm feeling earth, water energy, So for earth signs, Taurus rising, this new moon will be in your 9th house. Virgo, it'll be in your 5th house. Capricorn, it'll be in your 1st house, a very powerful 1st house. It could have something to do with your appearance, how you present yourself, but really 1st house rules, your life, your being, your presence in general, but it could have an effect on your looks, right, your style. Virgo, 5th house is fertility, creativity, romance. Taurus, 9th house is travel, life goals, publishing, the risks we take in life. That get left out. And we said water signs, so Cancer, 7th house, relationships, also clients. Scorpio, 3rd house, communication, community, siblings. Pisces, friends, groups and organizations, because it's happening in your 11th house. So for the water and earth signs is the energy I was feeling from the rainbow stone. It doesn't mean it doesn't apply to you if you're not earth or water, or you don't have a lot of earth or water. It could be that the earth and water element is calling to you, for you, for nourishment. What am I missing? I would check your big 3. Check where Capricorn is in your house. Could be a earth house or water house. Okay, so what we have coming up for this pile, and new moon, fresh start energy that is coming for you. You got messages, communicator, and love, lover from the ancestor cards, and love, partnership. So I'm seeing new fresh starts, new beginnings in this area of life, and it might have to do with discussions of children, of having children, of the children already in your lives, potentially. Okay, because I'm also hearing like work with children if it's not applying to you that you are in this situation. This group, some rest, some quiet time. Okay, we also have trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Okay, and take time to reflect. That is really coming in strong. So I'm hearing that this, likely this group is really feeling the call to go inward. They're very winter at the time of winter, don't have much energy. Roll with that, lean into it. the quiet time is likely when these messages are going to come through. I'm just hearing stuff about next steps with love and partnership. Maybe this group doesn't know what the next steps are. And so that's what this quiet time to reflect has to do with. Okay. I'm also hearing that there could be, I don't know if these are the same people or other people, that your work with children, or if you've been wanting to work with children, might start to pick up some speed, and making sure that this isn't free of charge, that there is an energy exchange, because that's what creates abundance. I'm also hearing if they're parents in the group, it's like, yeah, we don't get paid for our work, so how do you feel like you're getting paid? That's interesting, for your work raising your children. But I feel like it's more a separate thing, like there's going to be conversations about children, about next steps. I feel some pregnancy energy in this group. And then also not separate people, maybe the same people, but also maybe separate if you're like, no, not me, not pregnant, no way. Opportunities to work with children I see coming through and coming in for this group. We did talk about, I said earth signs, and for Virgo risings, this is happening, this new moon's happening in your 5th house of fertility. Now, of course, this doesn't mean all Virgo risings are going to get pregnant, or it doesn't mean that every other rising sign is not going to be. It's just, increases the potential. New moon's about new, beginning, fresh start, okay? It could also mean like your kids are leaving your home, or there's a new phase with the children you already have in your life, or you're going to be a teacher, right? Or a mentor to a child or to your godchild, okay? But I see new shifts beginning in the area of love, partner, and relationships, okay? If you don't know where to go, which direction to go in, reflect, make sure that your actions are reflecting what you want out of this love and partnership, right? Because that's also, a way to communicate what it is that you need, right? Give the love that you need to receive, even though other people need love in different ways. So make sure to ask and check in, how do you need to receive my love? Apple tree, abundance, right? I do feel like a lot coming to you, a lot of, it feels like a lot of things that you've been waiting on, maybe holding back from, took a long time, very Saturnian energy, right? Now, it doesn't have to take a long time, but I do feel like something is going to move fast that has taken a long time for you, because it's like the lessons have been implemented. Okay, owl intuition, leaning more into your intuition. You might be really intuitive about how to move forward. Once you take that time to pull back, reflect, rest, don't skip this period of rest, which I feel like maybe this group has a tendency to do, or they're not seeing the value in it, or forgetting the value in it. And hurricane centered, I feel like this group has moved past a phase of being very chaotic, okay? And also, I feel like this is an ownership thing. Like, you don't have to own chaos as an energy or a life, as a state of being anymore. Like, you're leaving that behind. I'm hearing that is complete for group 1, Rainbow Stone. So just to revisit, I feel fast, quick shift and change, because it feels like, and this is kind of the energy of the new moon in Capricorn, even though Saturn, I think it's a trick in astrology that Saturn is necessarily slow. I don't think things have to take a long time. I think Saturn wants consistency, okay? So consistency, can happen quickly. Consistency doesn't mean you're not, things aren't coming to you quickly. I think that that's kind of like something we think of Saturn that's not true. I feel like abundance is coming to you. Follow your intuition. Let your intuition guide you. Important new communication and messages coming through in partnerships. Okay, maybe some conversations around children. Maybe there are people in this group that are going to be telling others that they are pregnant or that they want to be. Okay. If you don't know what this conversation is going to be around, but you know it needs to be had, reflect. I also see time and reflection after this communication, right? New moon means new things, new beginnings, so maybe new messages in this area of life, okay? And even if it's a message that maybe might normally cause a hurricane, you are centered. I feel like this group has moved into this space. Don't forget to rest, and don't forget to value your energy and your exchange. Okay? Love you, group number 1. Thank you so much. If this reading resonated with you, like, comment, subscribe. You could get a reading from me, oracle, or an astrology reading, which will go into more detail about how this new moon will affect you. Okay. Pile 2, where did we put the rose quartz? Yeah, anyway, here you are. Pile 2. What do we have for you? Okay, pile 2. Pile 2, I'm feeling air and fire. So let's go through, that's too many. Fire, Aries rising at 10th house of career, dreams, and public life, so new beginnings there. Gemini, 8th house of money, contracts, also sex, wills, inheritance. We have Leo, fire sign, by rising. New moon is going to be in the 6th house of daily routine, health, and rituals. We have Libra, an air sign, in the 4th house of home, rest, and emotions. We have Sagittarius, a fire sign. Your new moon is occurring in your 2nd house, Sagittarius risings, of money and self-worth. And then we have Aquarius, an air sign. Your new moon is occurring in your 12th house of the subconscious. Okay, so let's dive into it. You already got healing and spiritual partnership. So I feel like this is a very feminine, maybe even emotionally healing new moon for this group. Yeah, so fire and air signs. I feel like a new spiritual mentor may step in, a new practice, something mentally healing for you is being called on. You got garden, cultivate. So you're being asked to cultivate these practices, spiritual practices for your mental health and well-being and your healing. That's what I really feel coming through. Fire, passion, fire signs. I kind of want to know what that's about. You're guiding me to this deck for that. Okay. Okay, direction guardian. We got choose your path. Okay. And fire, passion. So what I'm hearing is that your spiritual wellness and healing will allow you to move forward on your chosen path. Okay, that has to do with your deeply held passions. Okay, literally what lights you up, what puts a fire in you, what excites you. Like, and I just love how this person is playing the violin. It just feels like very loud and passionate, and return to those feelings always when you're wondering which direction to go, which way to go. And they're reminding you that you choose your path, right? No matter how much we get messaging in society that it is chosen for us. You're a very passionate group. You're very mentally quick, physically quick. You have a lot of energy. I feel like we got endings and beginnings. The old must be released so that the new can enter. So yeah, not forgetting that with this new moon, what is coming in, what you're calling in, what you're planting the seeds for, cultivating, intending, putting intentions in for, has more space when we can get rid of things that no longer resonate, right? Ishtar, boundaries. I'm hearing you have to create boundaries in order to allow time for your passions and for your chosen path. What needs to go? And that's a boundary in itself. And not everything needs to leave, die, necessarily go away, but this feels like for some of you, yes. And other things need boundaries around them. Sometimes you put boundaries around things and they go away themselves naturally because they can't stand the boundary. They can't withhold the boundary. They can't uphold your boundary. They can't agree with your boundaries, right? You got rain, renewal. I love this so much, and because I was thinking like, oh, take a bath, shed, and then I was like, whatever, cut your hair, whatever you need to energetically release, end something. And then I thought, no, this is a new moon, da-da-da, we don't want to do that, but we do, if you want to, if you feel called. And what I love is that what beautifully came up too is that sun, faith, okay? Have faith. If you have lost faith or hope in your passions, in your direction, in your path, know that it's coming. You're being guided and asked to allow for endings and healing to begin. Okay, create a spiritual partnership with God or whoever God is in your form. This may be a real, actual spiritual partnership, and maybe that's part of your passion, is to share your spiritual gifts, to speak on spirituality. If that's true, or whatever the passion is, cultivating, planting, intending. Yeah, I just feel like there's a message. Set your intentions. And I know everybody is going to with this new moon, but this group is really being called to, it feels like a potent time. I wonder if there's rain where you are, which is saying that there's rain here where I am now. And I have fire and air element in my big three. And they're saying, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that this is a natural cleansing. And so you can continue with your own cleansing if you'd like, or just know that there's some cleansing happening right now. On its own, the earth is doing it. That's part of this like ending, beginning, and they're like, join this, right? Join in this, allow for a release so that you can cultivate and call in and bring in the new. I'm hearing that is complete. Let's return. So first we got healing. I feel like these are all coming together. healing mentally, healing spiritually. Seems important. We have Saturn in Pisces right now, which is kind of that vibe. Like, what structure and discipline do you want to put toward wellness, toward health, toward mental health and healing? This is a very fast, busy, like the energy I'm getting from this group is that and maybe some of you suppress your energy, and that's part of it. I know I do sometimes. And so allowing for an execution of it, an exuding of this energy in some fashion may be part of your healing too. This is what's going to make space for the new. Need to remove, there's this need to remove, to wash away something before you set your intentions. That seems very important for this group. So emphasizing that before you can plant, before you can cultivate, right? We don't want to plant new seeds on top of old dead roots, where we want to pull the roots out. So what roots need removing and pulling before you can practically plant new seeds? What will not grow? What do you want to grow that will not grow on top of what is already there? Is what I'm getting. You are in charge of your path, your purpose. Even if you're stuck, what I'm hearing is that your everyday, not dream job, you can show up just as equally for your dream job, for your career, for your business, for your passion. And maybe it's not a business. Maybe your passion is to dance and you're not monetizing it, but just putting that out there. I feel like some of you there's a bit of nervous energy. You don't sit in this too long maybe, but there's a bit of nervous energy of losing faith, or you're in and out of faith right now, and spirit, ancestors, guides are coming in strongly to say to continue to have faith. And I love this. This is something my longtime coach, who I adore, said to me once, that we can trust that the sun will always set and rise again. And so if we're losing faith, we can watch the sunset and watch it rise. I think medical medium said that too. Boundaries are your friend, okay? Have them for your energy, for your time. I feel this group maybe gets pulled away a lot by their energy and time. And so redirecting it to practical places. I love you so much. If this resonated with you, this reading, like, comment, subscribe. I'm available for astrology readings, birth chart readings, so you can determine and discover, so I can determine for you how this new moon might affect you. And I'm also available for oracle card readings. Thank you so much for watching all the way through. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.